Welcome to the back nine of the semifinals of the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championships presented by Barbasol. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We're your two hot geese.
Honk. We are at the Matt Keats Memorial Disc Golf Course at Nevin Park. Largely regarded as one of the hardest courses in Charlotte, and the Pro Tour made it even harder. We are watching the top 4 seeds compete. There's only 8 competitors today. Missy Gannon so far shooting hot, 2 down through 11. Kristin Tattar and Ohn Scoggins, who we're watching on our lead card here, both 1 down. And Valerie Mandujano from Chase card 1 up. Paige Pierce and Catrina Allen also on our card are 3 over and definitely not out of it.
Yeah, Valerie shot 5 down yesterday, almost bogey free besides 1 hole, and that's enough to get anyone through to the next round in any round.
Hole 10 is just an absolute gauntlet, dead straight, 12 to 15 foot gap the entire way, 320 feet. We watched Missy Gannon park it yesterday. I think that is the rarity.
Yes, absolutely. This one is just so dangerous because you catch any tree along the fairway, you may not have a line to get to the green.
Paige throwing a passion. I'll go in.
Wow.
Goes
Yes.
deep even. What a shot.
Buzzing the basket, just left.
She almost hit a tree and then went, yes.
Kristin catching a tree on the right-hand side and bouncing into the woods. We'll see what she has to work with. Ohn opting for the backhand off the tee. Hey, not a bad kick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Uphill 320, plays a little bit longer than that. This looks good.
Yeah, it does. Turns a little bit at the end, but she's just outside the circle. Oof. Kristin deep in the rough. And what a great effort there.
Yeah.
Gets herself to circle 2 for a par save look. Ohn really tucked up on this tree.
Oh. Catches the first available tree out of her hand. Trying to throw that flex shot that she's comfortable with.
Catrina up there for an easy par.
Kristin do save par.
Yeah, from just inside circle 2. Little short left. And the gallery's into it. I love it.
Vocal.
Yeah, thank you for everyone who spectated today or watched live or are watching now.
Ohn with a challenging par save.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohn, come on.
The self-hype.
What an amazing putt.
Yes.
Saving pars is crucial out here.
Yes, GK replay. Patented Ohn wobble.
Through every tree.
It was halfway there when she said yes. She knew she had it.
Oh, that is so clutch
And
out here.
She's one of those players that just feeds off the crowd energy too. Get it, Ohn. Paige for a birdie.
Ooh,
That'll be
she
kind of
sent it.
long comebacker. Circle's edge.
This one now for par.
No, that was dirty. Oh, I'm glad we get to see this again. Look at it. It's in. It's in.
It's still in.
It's still in.
Holy cow.
Horrible break.
Oh, the dreaded Burjogi.
Was it just like a nub that kept her out, I guess? Dang. Kristin with a bogey as well, moving back to even. Ohn
can't-
now leading the card.
You can't try to dissect these baskets.
Just gotta move on.
It'll make you lose your mind. Hole 11, just slightly uphill and then back downhill on the shortest hole of the day at 202 feet. The elevation drop is pretty negligible when you just go from tee pad to basket, but behind the basket, it is insane, and it becomes very difficult to save if you go down this big hill. You're looking straight back up at the basket, about 30 feet above you. I like the forehand roller here.
Yeah.
Cat Merch validated it by doing it yesterday.
This plate, sorry, go ahead.
A lot of people just going to do standstill backhands off the tee.
This plate is the hardest hole on the course yesterday, even though it's the shortest. Just look at
Really?
this tiny gap. Yeah.
It's so small, just far enough to make you think.
Make you maybe panic a little bit.
Think too hard. Gosh, she's so good at those.
Yeah.
That's great.
Her steady, really great standstill backhand.
Bailing out left or right pin high is the move here, so you're putting sideways instead of at the death putt.
Paige a little early left as
Look at that
well.
wind.
I
Look at all
know.
those leaves falling. Ooh, Kristin opting for the standstill sidearm. I like this play. This is what she's comfy with. Dead center.
That looks great.
Inside the circle, just a little right. Perfect.
That was a pure, which we don't often see her forehand, so really cool shot.
Ohn with a very scary approach shot.
Oh man. Paige is finding some absolutely tough spots on the course today. Wow.
Wow.
Excellent shot. It's inside the circle.
Ohn just pitching up, taking the bogey. Catrina lining up the birdie putt. This is a super death putt in between two trees.
She needs to catch up though. Respect the effort.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like she needs to protect her score for tomorrow. She needs to make it to tomorrow.
It's all or nothing. Kristin with a death putt as well, running it a little bit low, but a tap in par. Paige from
Makes it.
Yeah,
Good par save.
really good par save.
Yeah, that was quite a second shot.
Yeah, super death putt too.
Mm-hmm.
Catrina and Valerie Mandujano, the only two to birdie this one at 200 feet.
Hole 12. There are two routes on this one. Most people are going to take the left side route. Both kind of curve out to the left or right, and then the pin is right in the middle of the two. We did see Missy Gannon go right side yesterday and park it, which was unbelievable. I still don't really believe it. Go watch that if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I can't really explain it. She made it look easy too. Looked effortless.
You see some forehands on the left side, but I think backhand turnover is the predominant play. 346 feet, so it's definitely a rip.
That's a nice looking shot from Catrina. A little early. But being on the right side, I don't think is bad.
Yeah. I mean, presumably there's a fairway over there, right?
Paige way early.
Oh. Huge kick, too.
Ooh, I think it drops off pretty steeply over there.
Kristin with the forehand on the left side. It's wide. But gets most of the way through.
Definitely covers some distance. Maybe a straightforward up and down from there. Ohn opting for the sidearm. Love this play. Working the flex.
Oh, yeah. Come on, come back.
Little tree love.
Great shot.
Wow.
Such a tight flex line. That was amazing.
Just inside the circle, right?
Looks like.
Catrina with a standstill. Just a chip very far downhill to the green, catching the last tree.
Circle's edge putt for par, it looks like.
We don't know where Paige is.
Yeah, it does look like she's throwing way back uphill, like you said. I think that was all right. Kristin with a harp chip shot forehand, puts it to 18 feet. All right, Paige has a chance for a par save here. wide straddle hyzer putt. Ah, catches basket. Wow, what a
Dang.
par save. Little straddle jumper.
Another super clutch putt, death putt downhill.
Catrina putting her foot on the gas here. Great birdie from Ohn.
Yeah, nice little off balance straddle putt.
She gets to 1 under par again.
Kristin with a par as well, just holding on to her positioning right around even.
And this is Paige for a double bogey. I think we just missed one of her scramble shots down in the woods.
Let's look at the leaderboard, see where everyone else is hanging out. We've got Missy and Ohn tied at the lead with just 1 under par. We saw Valerie yesterday at like 6 at this point. Kristin right behind, and then we got Catrina Allen and Valerie Mandujano right at the cut line tied. Oh, it's exciting. Holland, Paige, and Evelina, they've got some work to do. I think everyone's still just chasing that even par mark.
Yeah, a few of them are probably out of it at this point.
Yeah. You never know, right?
Yeah,
Look at
right.
this hole. I mean, anyone could double bogey.
You're right. You're right.
Hole 13, it's a par 4, 520 feet. You go uphill 27 feet and then back down about 3/4 of the way through the hole. The basket is elevated. No OB that you really have to worry about except for that road on the left-hand side as you get towards the basket. This is one of the ones that the MPO have a shorter par 3 and we have a longer par 4. Really love the change here at 520 feet.
Check out gkprodisc.com/shop for all of your holiday shopping needs. That is going to be really early left for Ohn. Ooh, Catrina about as close as you can get to that tree and progresses nicely down the fairway. She'll be just a bit on the left side.
Man, this tee shot is so narrow.
Kristin keeping her St. Pro really low, but in the fairway. At 520, you think like, yeah, birdie, right?
Yeah. It's pretty straightforward, birdie.
Look at this from Paige. What great height and commitment.
And
She's almost putting.
Yeah, she's right outside circle 2.
That's a huge shot. But, I mean, she knows she has to do something special to catch up at this point, being 6 over.
Ohn catches the first available tree out of her hand again, kicking right. Kristin crunching in the leaves, throwing her second shot. Oh, this is a full send flex forehand.
That's a Rive 13 speed. Oh my gosh. She hit the koozie? Are you kidding me?
That was unbelievable. I wonder how far that was.
Yeah, her drive was not even 200 feet, I think.
That was incredible.
Amazing.
Every bit of 400 feet.
Oh, Catrina works a small gap on the left side and gets herself a long look at a birdie.
Oh my gosh, that forehand just blew my mind.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to get up there on the right side of the fairway and does a pretty good job of it. Look at Paige's unbelievable drive. Oh, you know what? We were looking at the whiskers of
The men's hole.
basket.
Okay, I was going to be mind blown.
Because
Still.
it's still an amazing shot.
Yeah.
and an easy birdie.
Yep.
Man, she just threw 500 in the woods.
It was 470 feet uphill.
Jeez. Ohn laying up nicely, as well as Catrina.
And a tap-in birdie from Paige Pierce.
It's funny how differently Paige and Kristin just played the holes to get their birdie.
So Paige making a little dent. Catrina also doing some work.
Kristin taking the lead from Ohn there.
His father was a tongsman. His father's father was a tongsman. His father's mother was a tongsman. No tongsman chooses this life. No. This life chooses them over and over. Throw on the Johnsonville sausage. Calling all tongsmen.
There's a lot of different facets to being a professional disc golfer. It's not just going out there Friday through Sunday and playing, majors and DGPT events. It's social media, going to signings, doing clinics, doing YouTube channels. So there's so many different facets to being Ricky Wysocki than there used to be.
Hole 14 is a par 3. It's 366 feet. We saw yesterday the way to get there is really a full flight shot. You want to get some turn on the disc and then some fade, but this is an extremely hard gap to hit and get a birdie look. It played pretty easy compared to par yesterday. Like, it seems hard to birdie, but not too bad to par.
But today it played as the fourth most
I was
difficult
going to say
hole.
3.38 today, so I guess people just hit the line a little bit better yesterday.
I think this is another one of those holes. Any par 3 on Nevin is, if you catch an early tree, it's a death sentence from that point. Like, you could have nothing, and it could quickly turn into a double.
Look at this, though. That's a Grace
Wow.
parked. Told you, that's how you get there.
So
Full
good.
flight, just miss all the trees.
Yeah, just somehow
Professional.
swish through every one.
Mm-hmm. Paige with a passion. A little more right than Kristin was, but progressing pretty well on the right side. She gets to almost pin high, but in the woods.
It almost seems like at this course you want to just like par the par 3s and then try to birdie the par 4s. Like, it's the par 3s I feel like are the make or breaks.
Yeah, it's not a bad point. Catrina kind of looked like her back foot maybe slipped a bit on that shot. She's going to be on the right side a little earlier than you want.
This is another fairway where once you crest the hill, only about 200 feet off the tee pad, you use the hill on the way down as your disc is finishing the flight. So it really highlights what the final, what the end of your disc flight is doing.
Definitely. Ohn always willing to be a little bit different than everybody else and takes a forehand when everyone else takes the backhand line.
Trina had a little gap to work with, but unfortunately catches a tree just before the green.
And Ohn pretty deep in the woods on the left over here.
Yeah, she must have got a bad kick. Finds a little gap and
Solid upshot.
wow.
Oh, man.
Paige again just dealing with some brutalness on the edges. Brutality.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, Paige is finding all of the unlucky spots. Not really having a lot of good breaks.
This is for par. And nice
Great
par save. And a nice par save from Ohn as well. Grabbing those right side chains.
Yep. Hands on the hips, a little shrug.
And we finally get to Kristin's drive.
I know, unreal. Such a good birdie. Gets her to 2 down.
The only birdie of the day on hole 14.
Catrina carding the bogey.
Hole 15. Pretty straight uphill the entire way, but it's a par 5. You gain 40 feet of elevation, and there are just so many narrow gaps. This is one of the more brutal holes when you get off the fairway, so many little tiny shrubs and sticks. This is another one, I think, just like the other par 5 that we saw a few holes ago, where you just kind of want to break the hole up into little manageable parts instead of trying to go big. We'll see how our feature card attacks.
This is the shortest par 5 and did average under par today, just a bit.
Kind of a sawed-off shot off the tee, and that is ideal. Not trying to go too big, and that's dead center.
Perfect. That was her verdict. Just throwing a nice controlled shot. That was very early from Paige, but not the worst kick this time.
Yeah, at least being on the right side of the fairway opens up the rest of it. And throwing a really nice hyzer to the dead center as well.
And this looks nice from Catrina as well.
Getting a little bit more distance. Oof.
Yeah.
Lining up a forehand roller, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe flex sidearm, stand still. Oof. Man, it's always a bummer when your forehand roller hits one tree.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, great commitment on it.
Now we see Paige lining up a flex forehand, trying to get some more distance, maybe save this par. That looks good.
Does look good.
I feel like she just
Really
surprised
good.
herself.
I think she did just say, wow.
Whoa. Ohn lining up a backhand here.
Yeah, you never quite know what Ohn is going to
No.
do. I
would-
love it.
I would have guessed a flex forehand here.
She does turn that over way too hard on the right. Finally get to Kristin's drive here. She's going rive, so again, aggressive second shot,
Oh my gosh.
and it pays
I
off.
wonder how far that was. That was just, seemed like a smush.
Mm-hmm.
Catrina forced to go standstill, kind of straddle out.
She's good at these, though.
Yeah, she keeps it nice and low, which I think is smart here. Getting this is one that you can break off into little manageable shots
Yeah.
and still get the par.
And she's in the center. So Ohn's still going backhand. I think that tree on the right is preventing her from working the forehand. Great angle.
It's a little kick back out. Paige having to really throw an angle on this backhand. Super high Annie. That looks good.
Does look good.
Wow.
What an effort.
Catrina throwing her third shot downhill.
She's probably under 300 from here, you think? Or
Yeah.
maybe right around there. She's going to be left side, I think, just outside the circle. Here's the Ohn forehand.
Just chipping up.
Yeah, it's a fiver.
Is she parked? She's in the circle.
Kristin finally up to
Yeah.
her second shot.
Throwing three. And like she can see it, it's right there. Wow.
Just no nonsense birdie.
Yeah, I love the kind of conservative first shot and then a really aggressive second shot.
Nice
Good.
birdie bid from Catrina.
Mm-hmm. Paige looking to save a par. On with a great par save.
She's doing it in her own way, but she's making it work.
Yep. I feel like that should be her slogan. Another
Paige.
bogey for Paige. And at 6 over through 15, I don't really... It's possible,
Yeah, there's.
I guess, but barely.
Yeah, that's hard to come back from at this point.
Catrina with a par. Hole 16 is another difficult par 4, 640 feet. You want to throw the first shot, usually a backhand hyzer, into the middle of this gap, and then the hole kind of progresses gently from right to left. The second shot's pretty straight here, and then we finally get around this last little corner, and relatively open on the final approach shot compared to a lot of the other holes we've seen.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a drop off all the way down the right-hand side of the fairway that can make it tough if you kick right, but no out of bounds you have to worry about.
Kristin with the St. Pro, looking really good.
This looks like such a narrow gap from the tee.
It does. I think you kind of need to push the back wall a little bit before fading to end up in the center. Ohn going forehand. Just kidding. That was sawed off a little too early. Really need to push straight before fading. It's looking good. Just fade. Fade.
Hey,
Yeah,
gets
solid
lucky
shot.
through the right side. You can hear that wind in the top three tops. Hole 17 and 18 are both a little bit more open.
That's true. Might come into play a bit more.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
For now, we'll just enjoy the falling leaves. Good shot from Paige as well.
Wow.
She's right next to Kristin. Oh, tough spot for Ohn.
Lining up a little sidearm out.
And coming down the stretch, I mean, Ohn's kind of right at that line, that cut line.
But
Can't
she's
really
been-
afford bogeys here.
Yeah, she's been showing us her skill in scrambling all day. She's been off fairway for most of her shots, but still getting the pars, and that's what
true.
matters.
Very impressive. It's a huge shot from Paige.
Yeah, monster.
There's
Wow.
a passion to about 22 feet.
Every bit of 350 through the woods. Very impressive.
Yeah, definitely able to open up a bit more on the second shot. This is looking great from Catrina as well.
Yep.
Circle's edge.
2 birdie looks.
Ohn looking to save that par. I like it. Ooh, a little short.
Mm-hmm.
Solid
She's good
shot,
for
though.
that putt, though.
Mm-hmm.
Kristin's forcing to line up a turnover sidearm to the green. We know she's got this shot in the
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, she does. Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
So good.
And that is why I'm president of the Ohn fan club.
I mean, saving these pars is everything.
Yeah. She knows too. Catrina for birdie. Right.
Wow.
And that keeps her alive as well.
Yeah, that's so important right now.
I'm trying to think if the other card is, they're probably done at this point.
Yeah, they are done. I believe Valerie came in at 1 over.
Yeah, I think so. Double check.
Oh, little nub action for Kristin.
Still a par though.
Yeah, what is so impressive though is, I mean, Kristin just won Worlds on like some wide open courses. She's been playing solid golf all year on wide open courses, and then she comes in the woods and shows that she can
shred.
still hang.
Okay, so Missy Gannon came in with even par, tied with Ohn so far, and Valerie 1 over. So these ladies know those are the scores they need.
Yep.
Katrina right there.
She's got to
2
get
over.
at least 1 birdie on the next 2 holes or come out of these holes 1 down.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 17 is pretty wide open off the tee, but it's a narrow gap, and it's just far enough away to make this hole extremely tough. Once you get into the trees, it starts to turn around to the left, but it's not quite an easy hyzer line. You have to push for a little ways before you turn left, and then it's straight for a long time on this sloping downhill left to right green. There is out of bounds, deep, and right of the basket.
There's a mandatory on the left as well. I don't think it's super hard to hit, but if you get a kick to the left, you could miss it and find that OB as
And
well.
look at this wind.
Yeah.
Hello,
kinda-
we go from the woods to this.
Kind of left to right, it looks like.
Ooh, and Catrina
Beautiful.
delivering off the tee. You know she's watching the scores right now. Paige probably just having fun at this point.
Yeah, maybe get a cool throw in or something.
Yeah.
Kristin just needing to maintain.
Yeah, Ohn still, even at even par, she still knows that she cannot afford to make mistakes at this point.
Yeah.
2 bogeys and she'll find herself vying for a tie.
Well, realistically, she can only get 1 bogey. Or, you know, just one
What was it,
stroke.
Valerie's
for a
at
tie.
1
So
over?
Missy's even and Valerie's at 1.
Okay.
So Ohn has to get out of these 2 holes with no worse than 1 stroke over par.
Whew, pressure's on.
Mm-hmm.
She makes it into the tree line, and let's watch her scramble from there. This hole averaged right at even par for the 8 competitors that played today.
I did see that Holland Hanley had a crazy throw in.
Yeah.
Probably from about where Kristin is. It was huge.
For birdie.
I guess it'd be a little bit closer than for birdie, but it was, I think, like 200 feet. Kristin gets caught up on the right side. Just needs to get par. She's going sidearm.
She seems happy with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like she tried to bite off too much. Just trying to keep it in the middle of the fairway so she can chip up and get out of here with a par. Paige going huge.
Yeah, it does catch a tree late.
Let's give the people what they want.
Yeah, throw it in.
Yeah. Catrina hopefully just following suit with Ohn, just keeping it in the center of the fairway.
I mean, she's got to be attacking though, right? She knows she needs at least 1 birdie. It did look.
Oh,
like
yeah,
just
she needs a birdie.
She
She's
needs,
not-
but that
yep.
was just a standstill. Beautiful upshot from Kristin.
We do know that Catrina can birdie hole 18
Mhm.
as well. It's definitely within her distance reach. Paige lining up a forehand roller.
Gets to circle 2.
All right, this is Katrina's 3rd shot.
Super important that she just get the par here. Oh, uh-oh. She's outside circle 2.
And bogey here might seal the deal.
Yeah, I mean, she would have to eagle.
And Ohn continuing to play super solid. She'll have a tap-in par.
Yeah, Ohn will only have to bogey, right, to make it. Paige gives it a run.
Catrina needs to throw this in.
It's a great effort, and it stays close. Great putt.
Kristin with another par.
Yeah, super clean.
I think that's bar disaster on 18. She's pretty much in it
Yeah,
here.
she got it.
Yep.
Hole 18 is a par 5. You can see this OB line on the left. If you want to get really aggressive, you want to get past this corner. It's very, very dangerous, though. We take a sharp left-hand turn here. There is OB way over there on the right as well. The left side is definitely more in play and gets tighter and tighter as you go. Totally different style hole than what we've been doing. These ladies can open up. At 875, par 5, a lot of these ladies can definitely attack. But that first shot really kind of spells out, I think, what the rest of the hole is going to be like.
Yeah, we have some wind as well. Y'all been hearing it for the last few holes. Coming out of the woods and throwing in the wind, it's a whole different thing.
I like the width on this from Kristin. Nice and safe, not messing with that left side OB. Ohn just needs a bogey or better. That looks just fine. Catrina, I mean, she needs an eagle. Like, it's the only way to make it in. That's a solid shot, but I'm surprised not to see
Her
even
going
more
for it.
aggressive. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. We saw Cat Merch get past the corner yesterday. It was crazy.
Paige definitely
Going
going big. Oh, whoa, misses left of the
Whoa.
tree.
That's a Mando, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Huh. So
Oh.
she used to go drop zone. Yeah, I forgot to mention the Mando. My bad, fans. So Paige now throwing over the out of bounds, cutting the corner. Boy, that is
Smoked.
just smoked. Ohn just cutting this last little bit of the OB corner. Nice controlled drive. Beautiful. Kristin going big just because she can. It's a great shot. I guess that is pretty aggressive from
Yeah,
Catrina. I shouldn't.
Pushing the OB.
Yeah,
And that's a nice big second shot,
that
too.
is. Yeah, I mean she'll have to throw it in, but playing the hole well. Ohn looking like she's lining up the sidearm in the biggest gap on the left. Yeah.
Very
Couple simple
solid.
shots left. Kristin's got it locked up. Ohn's got it locked up. I guess as long as Kristin doesn't just like wildly throw this out of bounds in the worst spot. Pretty sure she's got it. What a clean round from Kristin. 1 down on the front, 2 down on the back. Assuming she pars. Paige having a rough day, but I mean, what a year. What a career for her.
Yep.
Not every day can be your day playing disc golf.
Yeah, that's kind of the way the game goes on this format. You never really know. That's what makes it so exciting.
So this looks like a great shot for a birdie.
Yep.
Really nice.
Yeah, it's crazy to see our number 2 and number 3 seeds not make it in to the final round.
That's kind of how last year was too, though. We had some of the lower seeds in the finals. Great upshot from Kristin. That's what makes this format so interesting. And with the scores resetting every day, it's a different type of disc golf.
I think tomorrow we're going to see a really good battle between Kristin and Valerie. I mean, if Valerie plays the way she did yesterday in the final round, she could take it.
Man,
and we can't
Ohn's
count
got it
out
all day. What are you doing?
Own's game plan is a little different. We'll see if it works 2 days in a row.
Do it. Good effort.
Yeah, but in Missy, you can't count out Missy as well.
Never.
She's so solid in the woods.
Big money, Missy.
Yep, she showed it yesterday. She showed it at MVP and at Green Mountain.
That's such a great birdie.
I
It's
know.
sad that it's over, though.
Negligible, yeah.
Yeah. Just for pride at that point. Good battle.
Kristin.
Just totally control the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
And Ohn solidifying her spot as well.
Future DGPT champion. Wow, yeah. Not really panning out how you'd think, huh?
Mm-mm.
Wow, Kristin's back nine was phenomenal.
I mean, I think she had only 2 bogeys, one in the front, one in the back.
Mhm.
That's how to do it out there. Ohn playing super clean as well, scrambling like a queen. Catrina playing so solid all day too. 2 over is not bad, but sadly just not quite enough to
one
make that cut.
One stroke off. So Missy Gannon, the defending champ, joining us tomorrow, as well as Valerie Mandujano.
Valerie's got the most number of competition rounds out here so far. You think it's an advantage?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that it definitely is. We'll find out. Sadly, we're going to say goodbye to Catrina, Evelina, Holland, and Paige for the end of their 2022 season on the Pro Tour. Thanks again to our VIP members. You guys are the best. We have one more round. Hope you guys enjoyed the first 2 of this very interesting format at the Pro Tour Championships. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.
Honk.